How you doing? It's the Butcher here. Back today again with another video. I had posted the other day my endgame, my leveling road guide, and now I'm gonna post my endgame. I kind of transitioned around level 45, and I've been absolutely blasting through, monsters easily 10 levels above me with so suboptimal gear. It's not even funny. I destroyed the capstone dungeon with this, so I want to show it off to you guys. And then on the D4 build website, I have it all laid out the way I want to go with it and the way I think it's going to work best. That's all subject to change, except the Paragon board. That's something I'm going to have to get way more into. But I have all that on there, and I'll kind of explain that. I'm going to pull that up at the end and explain exactly what we're going to look for towards the end game. But for right now, to kind of get you from 50 to 100, this build is absolutely shredding. It's insane. Like, my gear is so bad. Like, I have some ranks of twisting blades on there. I have nothing here. Like, just movement speed and poison resistance there. Like, it's really, like, bad. And, like, my rings, look at some of these levels in this. Just because I don't like to change them. 261, like, pretty much provides nothing. But, anyway, this is more about just showing off what we're using to get this done and how we're able to just blast through this with suboptimal gear, because you're very resource strapped at the beginning. So I don't want to level up until I'm at least getting to level like 725 gear, because now we obviously know there's the one step up above that to the 825 to 925 level, but at least level 725. I don't really want to upgrade too much of my gear because you are very resource strapped. So first things first, let's go over the skill tree. So we're taking puncture all the way to fundamental, kind of like usual. Taking twists and blades into improved. We're taking sturdy into siphoning strikes. We're taking shadow step, and we're taking that into the methodical shadow step for the stun. And we're taking dash here. We're taking 3 points into concussive, down to 1 point into trick attacks. We are taking poison trap into countering. We're taking 3 points into exploit, 3 into malice. We're taking poison imbuement, 5 points into that, from enhanced to blended. We're taking 3 points into precision. We're taking 1 point into deadly venom, just really to be able to get to debilitating toxins, and putting 3 points into that. And then we're putting 1 point into adrenaline rush, Jesus, pretty much just to get to 3 points into haste. And then we're taking 3 points intervention, and for right now I have 3 points into second wind. This might change as I get more lucky hit into my build. I might take these off and move them elsewhere for now, but right now I don't have that much lucky hit, so this works great. And as far as what you need to really get this build off the ground, there's very few things. So I like putting this stuff. I wouldn't later down the line, I'll show that again at the end of the video after I run a quick nightmare dungeon. I wouldn't normally put this stuff on my amulets and rings, but I don't like to change these out. Like my gear, I like to change out more, so I like to just have that on there, so I'm not constantly worried about changing it out. What you need to get this build up and running is you're going to need the Bursting Venoms aspect, you're going to need the Pestilent Points aspect, you're going to need the Blade Dancers aspect, and that's actually really it if you really wanted to go down that little of a route. And then, but as far as kind of defensive things I want you would use, I really like the Umbra still. This Cheats Akron looks really good. I've been using that. Shared Misery is actually probably a must-have as well too. Shared Misery, and then down here we have the Ravengers for the extra Shadow Step charge, so we can constantly get those stuns off. Those are probably things you definitely want to have as well too. You can see they're just minimum rolls on that. The roll on this actually doesn't really matter, but aspect of might as well. Corruption over here, I don't even have anything on that dagger, and this one doesn't even work. So you can see I have very suboptimal gear, and the reason this build is working so well is because I'm proccing Bursting Venoms all the time now since the change. They got rid of the critical strike, and that's why you'll see in our skill tree we're not taking as many, like before we would take this up into countering, before we would put 3 points into trap mastery, because we needed that critical strike really, really bad to proc the Bursting Venoms. We still want critical strike for our Umbrus, so we don't want to completely disregard it. You'll see that later. But like as I move on, I'm not going to put it on the rings anymore, I don't think. I think I'm going to use that as a damage slot instead. because I just don't really see the upside in putting critical strike there. I'll probably still put on my gloves, but yeah, I think that change is huge. As you can see, where is it? Yeah, so now it's just a straight lucky hit with poison imbued skills. So that's with Pestilence Point, every third cast a puncture, and that's also with obviously our imbued skills to begin with. And then why, like the staple of every pretty much poison rogue build up to this point has been just attack speed, attack speed, attack speed. So as you can see right now, I don't have the accelerating aspect on, and I'm not even going to suggest at this point using the dagger that gives you up to 30% attack speed. And that's because for the, I keep getting confused with the vampiric powers where they are, but the vampiric powers, there's two of them specifically. There's Moonrise, which almost works as that dagger does. So you gain 4% attack speed for 10 seconds up to 5 times, so up to 20% more attack speed from that. And then there is this Ravenous one, which if you get lucky hit, we increase our attack speed, and I haven't leveled this up, and you can get more movement speed as well, but our current bonus is another 40%. So we're already attacking so fast, I don't think we're gonna need that. That is subject to change as I get further down the line, but as of right now, I don't think we're gonna need that. And so the other ones I'm using right now is this Resilience one for some DR, this Undying, and this Hectic one for the cooldowns. I do have it on the D4 planner, but we are eventually going to want, I don't even have it unlocked yet, this one right here to apply a Vampiric Curse, and then this one right here to deal the more damage over time to enemies that are moving or affected by the Vampiric Curse is going to be probably the route we're going to go on. I forget which ones I took out. I think I took out the cooldown one because we're proccing Bursting Venom so often it doesn't really matter. And this one right here, Undying, because I'm going to end up wanting to put Momentum, I think, on the Amulet. Or not Momentum, Stolen Vigor. So let's hop into a quick Nightmare Dungeon. Like, this is a tier... Oh, I hate Stormbrain's Wrath. I'll do a Suppressor. Okay. Let me pop... sure. Pop that for more experience, and let's head over here. And we'll blast through this, and then I'll bring up the D4 planner, show you like optimal. Like right now I have like no resistances, so I don't even remember what this one was, but I'll probably get shredded a bit by that. But you'll see we just absolutely kill everything so fast. Like bosses are so easy, it's insane. It's actually insane. I was looking used to these new Nightmare Dungeons, and as I've said in all my previous videos, when I talk and play I'm completely awful, so it's not a deal. But what's nice about this too is without using any uniques, we have so much flexibility. We're able to use this double Shadow Step aspect. Before we were almost forced to use the Penitent Greaves, but because that got nerfed, it got nerfed to literally in half. I don't think it's worth it anymore, and I'd rather use this to get the stuns off, and then we can spread those stuns. I'm actually killing everything so fast it's kind of hard to show off spreading the stuns. But we can spread the stuns through the Shared Misery aspect, and once I get more lucky hit, and once I get more, once I get a better roll on that aspect, we'll be able to do that all the time. And we're just, you can see, we just fly through everything. These are level 62, so they're 9 levels above me, but before I was doing 10, I think I leveled up once, but doing the same level dungeon. Well, to your glyph, I don't even know what that one does. Yeah, I haven't focused very much on the Paragon board yet, but that is something that will be coming. You can see how much we're proccing Bursting Venoms too compared to previously. It's happening like all the time. Like I rarely find myself where I desperately need it, and then we have our Poison Trap to reset it anyway. We just procced it again. And I'm not even paying attention to the objective in here. I don't think I've actually done this one yet, to be honest. We destroy the Sacred Seals. Sure, we just get absolutely melted. I guess we take that teleporter. It's so weird when I put the new Nightmare Dungeons in. I wish they did it like once a month instead of once a season. It feels like the end of, like, I'm saying this now, but in a few weeks I'll be like, I've done this like 50 times. Like I don't care anymore. And I have no idea where it just teleported to. But I mean, you can see this thing's absolutely shredding, and this should carry us all the way basically to 100, and then we can really optimize our gear. And again, I really want to show off the D4 planner at the end because I did put a pretty good amount of effort into it, and I will update it with the Paragon board once I dive deeper. Right now I'm just using kind of whatever I got and just leveling up some up. Like, I know I'm probably going to want to use control. I'm probably going to use some that boost some magic nodes. I know I want to grab resistances in there. I've already grabbed some, but that is definitely going to be a difference from before, where I didn't really care about grabbing any resistances. I actually steered away from it and just tried to grab a ton of armor. But I think we're going to be able to build up enough armor with the way I laid it out to be fine on the physical damage front, and then build up enough resistances also to be fine on that front as well too. So I think we're going to be pretty tanky for a rogue. Rogue's never going to be the most tanky class. You're never going to be a druid or anything like that. But I mean, we were able to make a very tanky rogue last season, and I think we're going to be able to accomplish the same. I'm not really noticing too much on the resistance changes yet. I think just because it's so new and I'm not doing like high tier content where like their lightning or their fire is going to absolutely melt me, but we'll see. And I gotta look into this. I get a penalty from my resistances. I don't know if anyone else gets that. Like a 50% penalty or something like that. I don't really understand that or where that penalty is coming from. It's actually quite a long map here. I am also probably fighting more than I have to, but I'm trying to level up, so I'm not really trying to speed run it. But you can see this thing is it's annihilating everything. Wait till we get to a boss fight. If there is a boss fight in this one, I actually don't know. Just take down bosses literally, like, I can't even imagine what this build's gonna do late game. It's gonna be literally insane. And I think I know the ways I want to go. It's obviously everything I show is going to be subject to change, and I will update it and make new videos as I get deeper, as I approach level 100, as I get there, as I find new mechanics or new things, you know, it might be broken, open. So I don't take this teleporter, or does this take me back to the... This is fucking confusing. This might be the most confusing dungeon in the game. Okay, sure. Opening doors or taking portals. And we're just having no trouble at all. And you can see how fast we're attacking. I don't think I'm gonna need specifically the dagger, because the stats besides the lucky hit on that are very trash. But I don't think I'm gonna need accelerating aspect either. I could be wrong. But I don't think I'm going to need accelerating aspect either, because I think we're going to just attack so fast, and I don't even have those vampiric powers all the way leveled up. But you'll see here, oh, this is actually the most annoying boss fight, because he's always goddamn moving, but... You just proc bursting venoms, you can stun them, dead, easy, did something. We all legendary, oh, cool. Okay, like I said, I'm just using what I got for now, sure. And then let's travel back. Oh, that was that Tree Whispers? Nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring up the planner, if it will let me here. Okay, so now I got the planner up, and moving forward, I have everything you kind of want here. We're going to want resistances, I think 3 on the boots plus movement speed, and then on the pants and the chest, we want the other 2. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Like I said, on the rings, I think I'm going to take off lucky hit, and we're staying away from a lot of vulnerable. We're going to get some vulnerable probably in our Paragon board, and then crit obviously doesn't work with dots. So we're staying away from crit though on here, and we're just adding, like, I have physical and poison right now. This is all very subject to change. But, and I think jewelry, I have, right now I think on my gear I had in skulls, but I might switch that over to diamonds or even a mixture of both depending on what's going on. And then for vampiric, so actually let me go through the aspects first. So we're still going to want that Umbris, we're still going to want that cheats, We're going to want the Shared Misery, we're going to want the Might, the Ravengers, the Corruption. This is everything I kind of went over so far. Blade Dancers, Bursting Venoms, and then if we're not going to use that dagger, we're going to take Edge Masters. If we are, we're obviously not going to be able to put an aspect on that. And as of right now, I have this new legendary ring, which I can't wait to get my hands on, because it looks like it could be amazing for this build. It looks like it's like tailor meant for damage over time builds. It looks like they're really pushing that. So I have this on there for now. If this either it's super hard to get or it's not actually as good as I thought, I'm probably going to end up going with the same ring as over here, but then putting on the one where when you crowd control an enemy, you gain 4 or 2 to 4 of your primary resource would be the other option for that. But I really think this ring could be perfect for this. And then it's kind of the vampiric powers I mentioned before. There's the curse one. There's the attacking them with basic skills gives you more attack speed, and then it ends up giving you more movement speed, which is nice too. And then we're dealing more damage over time to those enemies affected by the curse. The damage reduction one, because DR is always nice. And then again, the increase to attack speed. So I think with this, we won't need Edge Masters. And I think this build is going to be absolutely money for the rest of the game. It's absolutely money right now. I know that for sure. And as far as gems, Amherst, rubies, and then either diamonds or skulls, maybe even a mix of both, who knows, or maybe even something else. But that's going to pretty much wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This can give you something to work for, 50 to 100. I think it should shred the rest of the game and the end game. I think when fully optimized, it might just be literally unstoppable. I think it's going to be that good. So I will update this. I don't have anything in the Paragon board as of now because I'm just getting into that. I have no idea really how to set it up, but I'll come up with something in the near future here. But I'll post the build in the description so you guys can take a look yourselves. And I hould you enjoyed the video. I'll definitely be coming out with more Season 2 content. I'm having a ton of fun so far. I do have some grievances, but it's been a pretty fun season so far. So please like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.